So this morning's message from Mull comes from me and my new pals. What's the chances of getting through this, eh? So the last couple of days, we spoke about the effects of high blood glucose in our bloodstream, and today we're going to move to the other extreme, because we know that high blood sugar is quite detrimental to our bodies. Long term, if left unchecked, which is in the case of many type 2 diabetics, that can start to lead to problems with the eyes, with the feet, with the kidneys, and we need to keep that in check, really. Now, the reverse is true as well. So high blood sugar is known as hyperglycemia, but we also have a condition called hypoglycemia, which is low blood sugar. Now, all of us will have experienced this at some time in our lives, whether we've missed a meal, or maybe missed a meal, snack, or a couple of meals. It may be that you've been really busy at work, you've worked through lunch, and then suddenly you get this sort of strange feeling. It's something that sportsmen will get, especially endurance sportsmen will get quite a bit, or maybe people that do a lot of classes, and just run out of energy. Remember, we have a certain amount of energy stored up in the muscle tissue. We have a backup in the liver, but this only enough to sustain us for a certain amount of time. Top athletes often speak about the marathon and getting near the end of the marathon, and we have about enough energy to get us through a marathon if we're a good runner, by the way. And then we hit the wall, as it's often referred to. Or in cycling, it's called, believe it or not, bonking. And what you see sometimes when people hit really low blood sugar after an endurance type event is they start to lose coordination, so they look a bit like a puppet on a string, and their brain function starts to fail, and they look a bit wobbly and completely out of it. Now, not many of us will have got to that stage, certainly not exercise induced, but allowing our blood sugar to get below a certain point. Remember, we're talking about a happy medium here of energy and insulin response as well. And when the blood sugar starts to go low, then our brain starts to panic a little bit. And it panics because the only thing the brain can use as a fuel source is blood glucose. And when that starts to run a little bit low, the brain goes into a kind of survival mode, and starts to panic just a little bit, because it's thinking, well, I'm the nerve center here. If I go down, then breathing is affected, heart rate is affected, the efficiency of your pump to actually sustain oxygenated blood around your body is affected, digestion is affected, and all our senses is affected. So if we allow our blood sugar to go low by missing meals or missing planned snacks, then quite often our brain will start to send a signal to go and remedy the situation rather quickly. It doesn't want to take a risk. And if your energy in your bloodstream is low and your muscle tissue starts to panic a little bit because the cells can't get enough energy, they will start sending signals to you as well. And they will start sending signals to the liver to try and release more energy. But if it's not there, start to struggle. So, what we want to do, and today's message really, is eat before you're starving and stop before you're stuffed. So imagine we have a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being starving and 5 being stuffed. Let's try and move between 2 and 4 if we possibly can. So we avoid situations where we get so hungry that our body starts to tell us to go and have lots of sugary foods. And this is a problem. Your body will not send you a signal to go and have a bowl of porridge, because it knows that's a slow digester. We're not going to get the energy in quick enough. It will tell you to go and have a Mars bar or a Twix or a sugary drink or something like that, because it wants an instant fix. And then what tends to happen is we chuck in that extra snacky type high sugar material, and then we put a meal in behind it, and we end up overeating. So we overcompensate for the problem, and we put in far more calories than we actually need. Whereas if we had planned our meals a little bit better and eaten at the right time, then we wouldn't get to that situation where you were getting lots of signals to have lots of high sugary foods. So let's try and plan the meals. Let's try and make sure we don't get to a position of hypoglycemia, low blood sugar, and then hopefully we'll stop that overcompensation. And I hope that was helpful. Another wonderful day on Mull. Do you want to see my little pals again? They've moved just away a little bit. I obviously don't think much of today's message from Mull, but they'll come on board soon. I'll see if I can get them on the WhatsApp group. As always, guys, you stay safe. And as of Monday, I might have a little bit of help. The wonderful thing about Tiggers, hard Tiggers are wonderful things. Tufts are made out of rubber, bottoms are made out of springs.